Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Morning Chisme podcast. We are at episode 19. It feels like we literally just started this yesterday, but it's been 18 episodes.
That's crazy.
How
20 next week.
I know. We need to do something.
Like what?
A giveaway, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm down.
like the big 20.
Okay.
Our podcast can almost drink.
Yeah. It's almost legal.
Yes. How was your weekend?
It was good. How was yours?
It was good because I saw you.
I know we hung out.
I know we did. It was nice. I feel like I'm finally starting to see the chance that it's going to start like getting better with the weather.
What? When are you seeing that?
I know, it's hot as fuck. But like I feel like sometimes I'll get a breeze and I'm like, it's a whiff of fall.
Yeah.
Like a small whiff.
Yeah.
Not a big one. Because like, you know, it's Texas is always hot.
Yeah.
It's just dependent on
Like
the time
if
of
you're
year.
thinking about moving to Texas,
Yes.
think hard.
Like it's literally swaz state. Like I'm always sweating a little bit. Like some part of my body is always sweating, except for like those 2 weeks where it's really cold and that's it.
Yeah.
Like and then it's done. Like that's our winter, which is really disappointing as a December baby. Like I feel like you had me in December and I can't even explore that. Like
I know, but you're not used to this. I feel like you were born in December, but in Chile it's summer.
I know.
I was born in the fall.
Okay. I understand that, but like when you moved me here, my body was when I was moved here, I was thinking like, oh, she's going to be like a Christmas like by proxy baby and
snow.
Yeah, not a snow.
You know what I was listening to on the way over here?
What?
Thalia. Do you remember Thalia? Thalia and Paulina Rubio, like,
yes,
they made us who we are today.
Oh my God, yes.
Thalia was listening to A Quien Le Importa when she's like, A Quien Le Importa lo que yo haga.
Yes.
A Quien Le Importa lo que yo diga. Yo soy así, así seguiré, nunca cambiaré. Period.
Like spoken word.
Yeah.
Spoken word.
Like, how are we supposed to be these women that just like bended to like that we were supposed to like, you know, just do whatever our husbands wanted to do when we grew up with Thalia and Paulina Rubio.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Unfortunately, I feel like we're empowered.
Exactly. We've been empowered.
Yeah. I don't, personally, because, you know, we grew up with the same dad, obviously, because we're sisters. I feel like we've never gotten that vibe that, like, a man is supposed to take care of us.
Yeah.
Like, we've always, like, super grateful. I feel like our parents always told us, like, hey, you can do literally anything.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Like, I wasn't gonna...
Thalia and Paulina Rubio.
Yeah, like,
have you heard that song by Paulina Rubio where she's like, yo no soy esa mujer?
Yes, bitch.
We had no like reason to be screaming that at 9, but like
we were,
and they have shaped us into who we are.
Dude, I feel that way about Chayanne, like different version of this, but like I feel like his music, like why was I so heartbroken at age 5?
Yeah,
like I was obsessed with Chayanne growing up, and like
you and Cristian Castro as well.
Yes, dude, like why was I singing with so much dolor? I did not have any dolor.
Yeah,
I was just alive. You know what I mean? Like I was literally chilling. I was like 6. Like why was I crying with so much emotion? But Cristian Castro, oh bitch. He slays. Like his music makes me like I feel like yes, music is good nowadays, but like those ballads were just so powerful. Like a slay.
Chayanne was like so good.
He still is. Oh my God, I know.
Handsome man.
He doesn't age. Like he looks really well.
He does not. I want to know how in the world he's like related to Lele Pons or whatever.
He's married to her aunt.
Yeah. How crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't know that until she got married and it was like,
hey, is she single?
No, she's married.
Apparently he cheated. Someone said on TikTok. That's my source.
I did see that too. I did, but I didn't like look too much into it. Personally, I had her blocked for like a year. I could not stand her. But then I unblocked her when I saw the tea because I was like, okay, I want to see what's going on. But apparently he cheated, but they're still together, allegedly. So
that's crazy.
I know. Well,
good times though. I feel like we grew up with like really good artists. Yeah,
I agree. Like there's some artists that I'm just like, wow. Like, you really ate with that.
Yeah.
Like, David Bisbal, bitch.
Oh, David Bisbal ate.
Every
fucking time.
Every time.
With his curls.
I know. And, like, listening to the songs now as, like, a full-grown adult and, like, really understanding the words, I'm like, you were saying some powerful shit. And I did not even know what you were saying.
What was that one song that you loved? The Color song? Oh, I forgot.
I don't know. Which Color song?
It was, like,
Is it his?
No.
Well, then?
It was that other artist that we really liked too. And you, oh my gosh, you were young and you would replay the song over and over and over
I've been a replayer since birth.
Yeah.
I will literally listen to the same 3 songs for like 3 months straight until I cannot listen to it any longer.
I like had Paulina Rubio and Thalia on repeat on the way up here.
Really?
Yeah. The 2 songs.
Okay. I like that.
The ones that I just told you about.
The one that you just sang to us.
Yeah. The one that I poetically said.
The spoken word. But no, overall a really good weekend. I feel like it was chill. I'm, excited for fall decor, fall outfits, even though we really don't have fall weather, but I'm excited for what's to come. But big news this week, and we need to get into it. P. Diddy.
Literally, we filmed our podcast last Monday, and that night, Diddy was arrested.
Yes. Long time coming. Shocked? Not at all.
I'm not
surprised
shocked.
a little.
Yeah, surprised. It was all, I feel like it all started happening very, very fast. Like, he was arrested. Then they were trying to get him out on bail. They said no. Then the next day they tried to get him out on bail again. And then they said no. And now he's like on
Suicide watch.
But it's like, it's so crazy because I feel like though he's on suicide watch and they're saying that, it's because really they want to kill him so he doesn't open his mouth and bring people down with him. Like, very Epstein vibes.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. I do think that this is going to get very dark. And there's a lot of people involved.
It's already very dark, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw a TikTok before I came over here talking about this girl talking about how she was like, I can't watch anything about P. Diddy after 9 because I like have nightmares about it. And it's so real because it's everything. Like, I know that some people are like, quote unquote, like making jokes about like the wording that the cops are using and the indictment, like freak offs and stuff like that. But this happened to real people, and like it's really, really scary and sad, and it's dark.
Yeah, I know, it's
really
very
dark, and it's, I don't know, I like have no words. I started getting a little bit too into it, but I'm a rabbit hole goer, and I just like cannot go down this rabbit hole because I feel like I kind of have already, and I'm just like good with the amount of information that I know, because if not, then it consumes me, and then I won't be able to sleep.
Yeah, no, it's gonna come out like in bits, I feel, as things go on.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're only seeing like the tip of the iceberg. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be named, and I think that it's going to be shocking.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people are saying that it's like he must have done something to like piss off some people to get him arrested, because he had like powerful people behind him like allowing him to do this, and like so it's very sad. And allegedly a lot of people are saying that Justin Bieber was like a victim of his.
My God, yeah.
And what I find is just like of course like people want to be supportive and stuff, but like his comment section is flooded with people talking about it. Like, if he wants to talk about it, he's going to talk about it, and people are like demanding him say something. Like, he's not going to say anything. Like,
yeah, that's his story to tell if it did happen, because obviously we don't know like 100%, but I think that's his story to tell. And when he's ready, if he's ever ready, that's a decision for him to make, and not for others to push it out of him.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like seeing the comments, like I was like, damn, like it's like 27,000 people are commenting, and it's all about the same thing. Like, everyone's asking about it, either telling him to say something, wishing him well, which I think that's fair to wish him well, but like at the same time, like demanding him to say something is, I feel like it's far. Like, he doesn't have to say anything.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And I mean, he was very young at the time, where apparently Diddy was like some sort of like partner of his, mentor to some degree, someone that helped him in the industry. And the videos that are resurfacing are very like off-putting.
Yeah, and when you watch them and see like the true intention behind it, like like when he was like, oh, you haven't called me back, that's really weird to ask a 15-year-old. Like, he was very young at the time, and I don't know how old Diddy is or how old he was in that video, but he was old enough to not be asking Justin Bieber that question. That was so weird.
I watched that video too, where he's like talking to Justin, and he's like, we don't hang out anymore. It's like, you're a grown-ass man.
That's so weird. Like that's so weird.
Very weird.
It's
very,
so
very
weird.
Yeah.
And you could tell that Justin he seemed so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot of information coming out. I try not to like consume too much of the information, because like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. And I think that people are coming out with their own theories. It's like all over Twitter. It's all over. It's every single social media is just engulfed in it right now, and it can be a lot. But it's like, in reality, like, I understand we want to make jokes and stuff, but like, it's not funny. Like, it's not funny at all. Like, it's really sad. These are real people,
like real victims.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to play out, I feel like, in a very dark way, and I'm really hoping that the people who have gone through this, like, they're okay, because like I'm sure that's also triggering if you were a part of this to like have to see it play out so publicly.
Like Cassie. And,
yes, like, wow. And that video of her getting dragged, like, so like that's just like a tiny spectacle of him. So like everything they're saying, I believe it. Everything they charged him for, I believe it. Like, I would not be surprised. And also, when the feds come get you, they have a solid case. Like, they're not just like taking little rumors here and there. Like, they have a solid case against you. So, and to want to take down someone so powerful as Diddy, like, they didn't just like pull things out of thin air. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy, because Cat Williams said that this was going to be the year that Diddy
really
went down for this. Yeah, I saw it on TikTok, and I know that's not like the most reliable source, but I feel like TikTok is a reliable source. He had done an interview, and I mean, we should have taken it for like, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't listen to a lot of rap music. I've never really known much about like rap artists themselves. I knew about Diddy because I had heard some of his songs and I liked him and I knew who Diddy was. And this is gonna sound so stupid, but I knew who Diddy was because of Making the Band and Danity Kane. Like that's how I knew of Diddy, just because also like we're Hispanic, so like I don't know, I just didn't listen to Diddy when we lived in Chile.
Like it wasn't something we grew up with.
Exactly. So moving here, I heard some of his songs, and then of course I was like a big Danity Kane, fan, and that's whenever I started hearing Diddy. But then like, and then I didn't know that Diddy was like such a big
deal.
Yeah, a big deal until like a couple years ago, and when they did like the whole what is that thing called? Was it the VMAs or something like
they
that?
Did like an honorable mention.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've always known of Diddy, but I just, because I'm not someone that just listens to a lot of rap music, I just never knew how big he was in the industry.
Yeah, I agree. I have seen and heard interviews that Aubrey O'Day has done about Diddy, and I'm in the same boat. Like I didn't know how big of a deal he really was until like I did some more research, and I was like, oh, okay, like everybody knows him. Like he's a very big deal. Like he's not just a casual artist. Like he's like an A++, like up there, very powerful person. And he's dated J-Lo in the past.
Yeah,
he dated Lori Harvey, who dated his son.
Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like, what?
Well, have you seen the rumor that allegedly, this is all very allegedly, Ben Affleck found out about J-Lo's part in this whole Diddy thing? This is just allegedly, and that's why they are getting a divorce. That's why they got a divorce.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be very intense. I feel like I can't say it's not true, because like nothing shocks me anymore. Like every time we hear something about a celebrity, I'm like, okay, why am I even shocked? Like, one, I don't know these people, and two, like Hollywood is very dark, intense, intense.
The thing is, though, it's like I had seen someone say, I don't know who he was, I think he was a rapper, say like, oh, Diddy's just a little freakier than others. He said that. I don't know his name, and I'm just like, reading like the things that I've been reading and everything that's been coming out, it's a lot more than like your sexual wants and desires. Like this sounds like way more intense. Like apparently, like I went down like a small little rabbit hole before I had to fucking like pull myself out about like Diddy and Meek Mill. Like there's just like it's spider webs of information. Much. Yeah, it's like here and here. Like, so we have like J-Lo and Justin Bieber and Orlando Brown. Like,
oh my God, he had done interviews.
He had done interviews where like people are now saying like, oh, he deserves an apology. Like he's known, and like they would drug these people. And oh my God, it's just like so sad.
It is. It's really sad. It's really sad. And it also makes you wonder, like, they're coming out right before we started the podcast. There was like a list. Someone posted like a list of people that like apparently attended these parties, and it's like there was a lot of big names, and like
Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian,
Naomi Campbell, like Mary J. Blige, Neo. Like apparently there's like all these rumors on TikTok that Neo's like also partaking heavily in all this stuff. Like Mary J. Blige just announced her tour.
All of these are rumors, right? Yeah. These are all people that need to still be proven that they are guilty, and we understand that. Yeah. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh no, yeah, of course, but like, I totally agree. Like right before we started this, I was looking on Instagram, like Mary J. Blige announced her tour with Neo and Mario, and everybody in the comments was asking about like why she would do this. Like Neo has been named by rumors that he's allegedly
and by the mother of his children.
Oh wow!
Apparently his baby mamas came out and were like, had talked about it before. I don't know. It's like sometimes I don't even know who is who, because in the sense of like all these people are coming out with brand new information. I believe that the mothers of his children came out and said that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was like a rumor that people were just talking about.
I want to fact check this. Hold on.
Interesting and very sad. But like I did see the Orlando Brown situation where he had done an interview like a few like years ago, but no one believed him because people thought he was crazy.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, she accused him earlier this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Neo's baby mother calls him Diddy Jr. Yes, dude. Yes.
Oh, no wonder all those people in the comment section were calling him that. I was wondering.
and it's not funny, but they call him the diddler. Diddy, they call him the diddler. I don't know why. Like P Diddler. I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's so much. Like, it's like you said, it's like a spider web of information. Like, and it's crazy because like one little like web goes so far
and deep
that, and then there's so many multiple. Apparently, like Diddy's neighbor, there was this girl telling the story on TikTok. Of course, like TikTok is like my news. She's like, that this boy was talking about, he was 18, 19 years old, and he was like, yeah, Diddy's parties are crazy. He's like, when my basketball goes over to his house, he's like let's say he like shoots the basketball and it accidentally goes into his lawn or something like that, or to his front door. He's like, I just leave the basketball. I'd rather go buy a new one. Like, that's, so this, and I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's like this 18, 19 year old can peep like what the fuck you're doing and is scared, even though you're like this big, you know, artist, A++++ artist. This person doesn't even want to go get the basketball that rolled to your house. That's how scary you are. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy. He's scary. He seems like a very scary, and also probably very powerful. Not even probably, is really powerful. Yeah. And of course I'm sure he has things on people too. Like, that's probably why he got to be able to get away with so much for so long. Like, he knows very powerful people. He was probably in cahoots with a lot of powerful people. He has a lot of our powerful people by the balls, you know?
That's crazy.
Very crazy. And I am very curious about the whole J-Lo involvement. Hopefully it's a big fat lie. But I mean, people are saying that there is some truth to it.
Yeah, so there is some truth to it. Something about a gun or something like that. That
oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you, like, I grab bits and pieces from the information that I see, and I'm just like, dang. Because, like, I just know that if I go down the rabbit hole, I'm going to be in there for a long time with all of this. Yeah.
I mean, this would be like decades and decades of information. So it's like, it's very, like, that's why it's such a big web of information. Like, it just spirals into so much more than what you really think it is. But I mean, we're definitely going to be finding out more information soon. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But on to other news. Peso Pluma. And I feel like we talk about this for the past few weeks. But Peso Pluma and Hannah Howell.
Well, it's because more tea has came out.
She
like spiraled there for like a second.
I don't blame her though.
I don't blame her either. It's not that I don't blame her. I just think that, like, either you spill the tea.
Yes.
Or you keep it to yourself. So Hannah Howell had posted 2 Instagram stories as well as 2 TikTok videos. One was talking about how Peso Pluma took a random girl on her birthday trip to Turks and Caicos, and on her birthday weekend, and you know, she says that he's been very public about all of this, which I didn't understand that because I hadn't seen any videos of Peso Pluma in Turks and Caicos with anyone, and she said that he's just being very public about all of this, which I follow Peso Pluma, and I just haven't seen. I've just seen.
I didn't
him
even
post,
know he was in Turks and Caicos.
He's not. That's the thing. Someone said that he gave the trip to his friend Hasiel. I think that's how you say his name, and he took his girlfriend or his partner or whatever the girl is. They say that apparently he's not even in Turks and Caicos. And the second post was about the dog. So the dog is with Peso Pluma. I thought that she had kept the dog. She says that he doesn't walk the dog, he doesn't feed the dog. So where is the dog while he's on this vacation that I'm assuming Peso Pluma is not on this vacation? And that she's like super close to spilling all the tea. Yeah. She just wants the dog back. At this point, I understand you, like, either you speak out about it or you're just going to keep it to yourself. Yeah. Like, you can't like tease that you're going to do it. Because she said in the first video, either I, you know, just can keep my peace and move on, or I spill the tea. And I'm like, first of all, spill the tea, girl.
At the same time, though, like, why do you need to spill it, though?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
For me.
Yeah, well, I know you're nosy, but, like, unfortunately, Peso Pluma's fans are not going to give a flying fuck if you tell them.
Because, like, I hate to be, like, this, like, person, because I don't hate Hannah Howell. I think she's still a beautiful girl. Like, I wish her the very best. But, like, no one knew who she was before Peso Pluma.
Yeah.
And it's okay, like, but like I said, like, either you spill the tea or stop like teasing that you're gonna spill the tea. I mean, should you spill the tea? I don't know.
Like, I feel like we've done this dance before. Like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's either you come out and spill the tea right away, or you just let it go because like the time has passed. You guys already broke up.
She put her TikTok on private
again. Well, I don't think she's gonna spill the tea. I think that she just wanted to throw her little shade. Fair.
I think that she wants to get his attention.
Oh yeah, that's
what she's trying to do. I would be like, give me the dog and I won't say anything.
Yeah, but like threats like that to someone who's so large and like,
I know, but I would just want the dog.
Yeah, I know, that's totally fair, but I think And also, she's heavily implying in her videos that he cheated on her.
Yeah.
Which, you know, like...
Look, I don't condone anything that Peso Pluma... Like, I don't condone cheating, okay? Like, if he cheated on her, then Peso Pluma, like, okay. But, like, are we shocked?
Yeah, like...
He is young. He is, a relevant artist. Like, you don't think that girls are throwing themselves at him and he's not, you know... I'm pretty sure you probably threw yourself at him too, Hannah. Like
in the DMs?
In the DMs? How do you think they met?
I don't know. Maybe they knew each other from younger days.
Younger days where?
I don't know. I don't think... Okay, it's unfair to say that she, like, you know, should have known better. Maybe in the fact that maybe, like, emotionally she feels attached to him. But, like, in the logical sense, like, you did see what he did to his ex-girlfriend. Like, it was very public. Like, unless you didn't, which... Why would you not Google or, you know, because, like, he's very, very famous.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you cannot be shocked.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that in, like, the comment sections of TikToks. Like, are you shocked, girl?
Yeah, I know. But I'm sure, like, being shocked or not, like, your feelings are still hurt.
Yeah.
And, you know, she wants to be shady. But, like, he's not a nobody. So, like, everyone's going to catch the shade.
And also, like, I don't understand where she says that he is being public with all of this. I really see him just minding his own business. Like, I haven't seen him
Maybe he has a Finsta.
A Finsta, you think?
Yeah. I fully believe that a lot of artists have Finstas. Because, like, they can't be, like, posting on their actual pages, you know, like they can't. So
that's true.
They have to post somewhere. I feel like if I was super famous, I'm not posting where I'm at in my actual page. I'm gonna post on my Finsta. You know,
interesting.
Like Kim Kardashian had said she had a Finsta, like, and she's super famous. So, like, imagine.
That makes sense.
Peso Pluma's young. I'm sure he wants to like post to his friends. You know, because like his page is very like professional. Like it's him on tour.
Friends thing.
Yeah. He probably has a Finsta.
Interesting.
Or like a private TikTok where it's just friends of his. And maybe she was in there and he was posting.
She saw?
Yeah. Should she have known better? Yes. Did she know better? No. Did she want clout? Probably yes. Was she wanting to be shady? Yes. But is she hurt? Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think at this point you should just like
move on
or spill the tea. I say spill the tea.
Yeah, of course. I'm always for spilling the tea, but that comes with an immense amount of hate. But people were hating on her anyway, so I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. Y'all hate me anyways. Might as well tell y'all.
Yeah.
But speaking of spilling the tea, I need Taylor Frankie Paul to either confirm she broke up with Dakota or just like, yeah. Because like I feel like she's like teasing that she broke up with him.
I think she confirmed.
She didn't confirm it. No.
I feel like that was confirming for me.
It wasn't hers. I need confirmation in the letters. Me and Dakota broke up. I wish him the very best, blah, blah, blah.
Honestly, if they broke up, this is the best thing for Taylor. Taylor deserves so much better.
Yes. And I understand that they have a child together. So I'm sure she was trying for their baby.
And I was rooting for them to try because they had a baby together. But Dakota's the worst.
The worst.
And that's just plain and simple. That's what it is. He was the worst. I have a feeling that more things came out with the whole like Jenna thing. He seemed like someone who would just try to like play nice, like fake nice and like for the show. So he would look like she's a crazy one. I'm not like. Do you know what I'm saying? And I didn't like that. I didn't like that vibe. I
think that she's probably surprised with the reaction people had because she probably thought that she looked so bad on the show. But in reality, like, yeah, she fucked up. But like, people are behind her back now.
Exactly. And I think that that's what Taylor needs to remember, that like things have happened in her life. And obviously things kind of went south with the whole swinging scandal. It was like she was left out of this group, even though she wasn't the only one that partook. And I think she just needs to realize that people, you know, she was vulnerable and she was open and she told her story and she told her truth and people still fuck with her and people like her. I like her.
Yeah, I like her too. I feel like the show made her seem more authentic and human. Like she like owns it. Like she fucked up.
Yeah.
But I will say,
she's always been like that.
Yeah, no, when she came out and did that like live, I would have done the same thing. Like, if you're going to talk about it.
She's also been I feel like she's also been, for the most part, very authentic. Like, there was times where, like, her house was really dirty and she would pick up her whole house. And, like, she was going through, like, like dark times in her life. And, you know?
Yeah. I do think that sometimes, like, those things like that, like, maybe not post it. Because, like, I get wanting to be authentic with, like, your audience. But, like, people were sending her a lot of hate. So I'm like, damn, you know?
Yeah. Well, people are mean.
People are mean. But when she posted that live, like I said earlier, if I was her, I would want everyone else to be fucking, like, y'all are coming down with me. If you're going to drag me for something I did that you were a part of, like,
1,000. And I felt like Taylor felt the need to speak her truth. Yeah. And if that involved other people, like, going down with her, then she was like, so be it.
Yeah, because Miranda denied, and till this day does not own that she was a part of it, even though, like, it's almost been proven that she was a part of it.
Yeah.
Which I really hope, like, give them a little extra money. Bring them on the show.
Yeah.
Like, Camille and Miranda are the original Mom Talk girls.
Yeah.
The show would not make sense if they don't eventually make an appearance.
Yeah. For sure.
I need that.
I think that they're going to see how successful the show is, because the show is going to be very successful. It already is. And I think they'll come around eventually.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's like how Sammy, it took her a little bit more time to come back to Jersey Shore.
I agree with that, but like if I was Sammy, I would have never came back if they brought back Ronnie. I'd be like, get this man the hell away from me.
That's true too.
Because watching him back as an adult, watching Jersey Shore as a 30-year-old versus a 14-year-old, like when I originally started, like it's very dark. Yeah. Like it's not fun vibes. Let's get fucked up. It's like, no, that man is abusive. Like, yeah. And the fact that we like wanted them to keep going, like a lot of people like wanted Ron and Sam to stay together. Yeah. Like not me. And also Sammy was 22.
Yeah, she was young.
She was really young. Ugh. But she like, I feel like she grew up from that.
She thrives. Yeah. Sammy is so grown now, I feel like.
And he's like still stuck in that, I feel.
Yeah. Well, I think that he's never going to truly grow and move forward in life, because I also don't think that Ronnie probably thinks that there's so much wrong with him.
Yeah. I agree.
I think that the first step is acceptance.
Yeah.
And if you don't accept that you are like not well and not okay and need to make changes in your life, then you're never going to make them.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that Ronnie's very toxic, and it's like been proven within, like it wasn't just with Sammy.
Yeah,
like it wasn't just a
the
relationship.
Mother of his child too. Yeah. That was some crazy stuff. And I don't really watch Jersey Shore now. But you know.
Yeah.
You see it on social media.
Yeah. Like I think that rewatching it, I rewatched the full like original Jersey Shore, like when they first started.
What is it on?
I don't even know. I think it's on Hulu.
Okay.
I rewatched it and I was like, I rewatched it 2 years ago and I was like, oh, this was not light vibes. This is not light at all. Like, what did I think when I was watching like 8th grade?
I feel like your frontal lobe has to fully develop for you to understand these things.
The way the guys would like call women grenades and stuff, like.
Well, I feel like we went through I think that at that time, society felt like they could say whatever they wanted to say when it came to women's looks.
That's true.
Because I was bullied growing up for being fat.
Oh yeah, now looking back, I remember
the names of the people that bullied me. Like I will never forget. But anyways, that's beside the point. And I weighed 125 pounds. I'm 137 pounds now. I was 10 pounds lighter, and they were bullying the fuck out of me. Like guys and girls back in the day would say whatever they wanted because a Latina that, you know, wasn't tall and skinny and wasn't like not curvy, didn't fit the beauty standards of back in the day. So I feel like that's back in the day, people could fucking say whatever they wanted, and it was like, whatever.
Oh my God. Yeah. When people found out that Snooki was Chilean, I never heard the end of it. The comparisons were all the time.
Both 4'11" and Chilean. And I'm like, okay, they called us Snooki all the time. And I'm like, you know what? Snooki's beautiful. And it is what it is. Like,
and Snooki was not fat if you look back at it. She's not fat at all.
Because I'm telling you, as a society at the time, it was like you had to be like stick skinny, and that's what was in. And being Latina wasn't in. Because now it's like we're in. Does that make sense? Like now people, Latinos are cool, this and this and that. I was talking about this with a friend because like we were at Little Woodrow's. I joined this like amigas and social like group, and we were at Little Woodrow's just like, you know, hanging out, and this girl came up to them and was like, I was in the bathroom, but she was like, oh, this white guy really likes Latinas. Y'all should go talk to him, because it's a Latina group. And I'm just like, it's a fetish now to like be with. It's weird.
Yeah, the spicy toxica. I hate it. Like when girls on TikTok are like, I'm a toxica because I slashed his tires. Like, please, let's stop perpetuating this like toxica spicy vibe. Like, no, like just be like, it's not like, I don't like when people say that, like a spicy Latina. Like, okay,
but I do feel like now, because Latin artists have made it so big in the industry, it's not so looked down upon to be a Latino. Yeah,
no, I completely agree with that. Like I have so much shame in saying this, but like when I went to college at Texas State, I completely stopped speaking Spanish. I pretended I didn't even know how to speak Spanish, which is like so shameful, because like that's like,
it's crazy, because I feel like, and not to throw your business out there, I also felt like growing up, you mostly like hung out with white people. I never felt, I mean, I didn't really hang out with white people like growing up. I would hang out with Latinos and Black people. Like that's who I would hang out with growing up. I felt like the Black community, like those were my best friends growing up. Like they were the girls that would like accept me and always like be really, really nice to me. until this day, like I still, you know, talk to these girls like on Facebook and stuff like that. But I do feel like I never got that feeling of not wanting to be Latina.
Oh my God.
Like all growing up, like I felt like I always owned it. But also it was because my name was Maria. Like there was no going around it. Like your name was Catherine. Like you could pass.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience, and I have a lot of shame from it. Like in high school, I think particularly, I was so tired of like when I told people I was Chilean, them not understanding. So I literally stopped telling people I was Chilean. I told people I was Mexican. Like at that point, I was so overhearing like, oh, do y'all eat chili and chili? It bothered me so much. Yeah. And it's not even that deep, but I hated the way people were like, oh, where even is that? Like blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Oh yeah, one time I told someone that I was from Chile and they were like, why don't you speak Chinese?
Yeah. Like
I was like, I'm not from China. I'm from Chile.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the explanation portion bothered me so much, not for anyone's fault my own.
It never bothered me. I would literally be like, this is where I'm from, the long skinny country in South America. That's where I'm like, that's where I'm from. And like, that's
no, dude, not me. I was the opposite. I was like, it bothered me so much that people wouldn't understand. So I didn't bother, like, not because they, you know, like everyone like knows what they know, right? Nobody's fault on my own, but I felt like such shame from it that I literally started telling, like, people from high school might think that I'm still Mexican because I literally would be like, I'm Mexican, like I'm Mexican, because I didn't want to explain myself. And then when I went to college, I was like, okay, this is like a new like whatever, like a new experience. I'm gonna be whoever I want to be.
You just be white?
No. Oh. Practically, bitch. I was in a sorority, which, bitch, that was such an experience as a Hispanic, as a Latina. Being in a sorority, a white sorority, is crazy.
You a little.
No, and that's fair. That's fair.
I was just like, Kathy, there's like no Latinas here.
Except for Annalie and like a few others. It was very few and far between. But I went into college and I was like, I'm going to be who I want to be. And like, I'm not going to, I literally did not speak Spanish to anyone. I would hear people speaking Spanish and like, even like in my surroundings, or someone would ask me and I would tell them I didn't know how to speak Spanish. Even though I literally am fucking fluent. And I didn't, and then I like kind of loosened up. I think after like sophomore year, I was like, okay, like, you know, and then I, you know, studied, my other major was Spanish. So I ended up graduating with a portion of my degree in Spanish. But I was like, no.
You were traumatized.
I think I just wanted to be like either blend in and not be like seen as like an outsider. And so I would tell people like what was common. So like I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And the whole Snooki, like when people found out that Snooki was adopted from Chile, oh my God, I never heard the end of it.
Yeah,
people were like, because I was also like chunkier too. And I wasn't even chunky. I was so like small.
Yeah.
Like I gained a little weight, I think like sophomore, junior year of high school. And it was all the time. People would always tell me that I looked like Snooki and I were the same because we were both from Chile. So I was like, you know, whatever, I'm going to just go with this narrative. So like people leave me alone.
That's great. People are weird.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure I was weird too. So like I can't even.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that college was an experience for me because like as soon as I left college, I completely like, who the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. We go through eras.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was just your white era.
No, I think it was my whitewashed era where I just wanted to so desperately not be like so different.
Yeah.
Because it's not even different. It's just a different part of the world.
Yeah.
But
it's because also it's not common.
Yeah.
At least in Texas, Chileans are not very common. You find someone that's from Chile and you're like shocked.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so if we would have grown up in Miami, it would have made more sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it was almost a follow-up conversation that I was always terrified of. Like where's that? And it's just interest from people, but for me, I saw it as like insulting. I don't know why.
I always thought it was like interest, and I would be like, this is where it is. And they'll be like, do you eat spicy food in Chile? I'd be like, actually, no, we don't. I have never had spicy food until I moved here.
Yeah. And I think it's also like for me, I think it was like junior or senior year when I finally like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I started to realize that I was a dumb bitch for ever thinking like that. That I was like, oh no, this is actually really cool. Like this is actually super cool thing about me that's not common amongst other people. Like this is something I should be proud of.
Yeah.
And then I started telling people all the time. And then when I started dating, like when I started like actually going on dates as an adult and not like a college student, it was such an interesting thing to share with people. I was like, yeah, I'm Chilean. It was a very interesting.
It's like a switch. Like it's a switch. Yeah. But anytime that people would, tell me that I was Mexican, I took that as a compliment.
Yeah, no, me too.
Mexican people are my favorite people.
Yeah. And I think also because Crystal, my best friend growing up, was Mexican, I was like, oh, like I love her so much. So this is like, I'm fine
exactly.
with it.
Also, I think that, you know, growing up, we don't see a lot of people that are Chilean in the States, right? We don't see a lot of people that are South American. Like the friends that we had were my dad's like work friends that were like from Argentina and like different places. But the friends that we made were from Mexico. Yeah. And I felt like the Mexican community was just always so kind. Growing up, I feel like they were nothing but kind to us and always very accepting of us. And that's why anytime anyone would call me like, oh, I thought you were Mexican. And I was like, I could like, yeah,
I could be. Yeah. Yeah, that's like a compliment. And I think also when it comes to that too, something that I do a lot, I don't know if you do this, but I mimic people's accents. I don't know.
We have to, because I feel like people don't understand our accent.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Like when I worked in the medical field for a really long time before I got laid off. So when I would speak to people, especially because we grew up here where the Spanish that is spoken is predominantly more with the Mexican accent. So I learned how to speak like Mexicans do, like, and so now when I speak it, I mimic their accent so people can understand me, because quite frankly, if I speak the way that I normally speak, a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, no, I agree. I actually had I had a college professor. This is like bringing back memories, who told me like I did a really bad job on one of my papers or something. And she was like, this isn't like proper Spanish. And I was like, wait, what does that mean? Like it like kind of threw me, because I was like, okay, like proper Spanish for who?
Yeah.
Like is there like a actual like this is the correct way to speak? Because like usually it's like the Spain Spanish.
Yeah, like the Castellano or whatever.
I was like Chilean, so like my version is so far away from that.
So far away.
And like the Chilean accent is like words are cut shorter, like
it's strong.
And it's so different.
It's cut shorter. We add I to like everything at the end. We speak almost like in cursive and like 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, we have to change the way that we talk. Like sometimes whenever people are like, can you translate this? I have such a hard time, because I'm like, okay, the way that I would translate it, it's not, you're probably not going to understand. So I have to make it proper, and I have to translate it so you understand, and I have to go slow.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. And there's like words that I'm like, what does that even mean? Yes. Like in like t-shirt, like we say polera, and there's another word for it that people use, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what? And then torta, like for us that's cake, but like apparently that means sandwich, and I'm like, what do you like? That's so confusing. So yeah, like it was. I feel like the transition of like realizing that I was not realizing, but like coming to the terms of like it's okay for me to want to explain to people like that I'm Chilean, but also like the mimicking of the accents, because like I want people to understand me, but our accents are so strong. Yeah. But how did we get here?
Oh, Snooki.
Yes.
We were talking about Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and then we went to Sammy joining Jersey Shore, and then Snooki. And
Snooki being Chilean really is like a core memory in my mind, where people would literally, because Jersey Shore was so huge when we were in high school.
I didn't even care. That I was like, okay, and
I cared so much what people thought.
I was just like, okay, like what, like I just think that for the longest time I was just like, okay, I'm already getting picked on for being fat. Like just like at this point, just whatever.
My thing was the hairy arms. That traumatized me forever, bitch. Having hairy arms in high school, and like when I feel like hair wasn't as accepted.
It wasn't.
Like, if you think my hair is beautiful on my head, do you think that every other part of my body's not gonna have hair?
Yeah.
Like, now looking back and seeing myself in 9th grade, narrowing my arms every other day because I did not want to get picked on is crazy.
The bullying back in the day was, like, tough.
Yeah, but I do think that, like, self-love was also needed.
Well, yeah, we were young and living in a time where, like, self-love wasn't really, like, talked about much.
Yeah, and also people were, like, just... I think like outwardly, like sometimes like people don't think when they speak, and like I also definitely did that. Like just like said something off the cuff that I was like, maybe that wasn't necessary. But yeah, something that stuck with me. Like now I refuse to shave my arms. Like fuck it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm a hairy bitch, then my hair's luscious and long on my head, bitch. Like it's gonna be luscious and long on other places.
Yeah. Like,
it is what it is. Yeah, it is. But it is.
We have to like learn how to accept ourselves.
Yeah, and you know what? This conversation makes me say like super happy to be. Very proud to be Chilean. Very proud to be Chilean. Very proud. And it was Chilean Independence Day a few days ago. So
I know.
If you're Chilean and you're listening,
I know. Girl. I wonder if we have anyone from Chile that listens to us.
I wonder too.
Let us know.
Yes, in the comment section of Spotify now has a comment section.
It does?
It does.
Crazy.
So it's like I feel like Spotify is going to evolve into something more soon.
Like YouTube?
Kind of.
Interesting.
But moving on to the next topic. Wilito and Wendy. The tea.
The tea.
First and foremost, this is how I see it. they're really young. They're in their very,
young.
very early 20s. Wendy is a young mom, you know, and I feel like a lot of people criticize her for how she is as a mom. That has to be hard.
Yeah,
like
she said she thinks it's hard.
People are very involved in their, you know, lives, and of course they're putting their lives out there for people to be involved. So in my opinion, should she have made that YouTube video? She's speaking her truth. She's allowed to do whatever she wants. However, I do think that the live with Pancho, where Wilito and Wendy sat down and had like words, maybe they should have just had that offline. And I understand it's tea. I understand that people are interested, and don't get me wrong, I'm interested too. But they said some things, and I'm like, that is forever going to be on the internet.
Yeah,
you know. And I feel
it's definitely like, you could tell it's very toxic. I have never gotten a good vibe from him.
No,
ever,
me neither.
Ever. And you know, it's crazy because I feel like Shawty said some stuff about him and was like, don't trust Wilito. And obviously a lot of people didn't take Shawty Bay seriously.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't know. I don't like it. Like, for me, the way that I saw it, obviously we will never know this. I feel like Shawty like Wilito because Wilito was giving her something more behind closed doors that he didn't want to show to people.
Obviously.
You think she fell in love out of nowhere? I don't know. I don't trust it. I've never trusted him. I'm hoping that Wendy stays very far away from him. I think that her and her daughter deserve the best. I think that him having sex with a girl that is literally has the same name as Wendy's daughter is fucking weird.
That is crazy.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's
to
weird.
me. It's so weird. Like, and quite frankly, I also like, no shade, but these girls are beautiful, and he is not.
They call him the tick monster.
What is that?
I don't know. I saw it on a TikTok. I was like, why is everybody does he have piojos? Like, what is it?
The tick monster?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but I've seen people say it.
I'm scared to look it up.
I know. I'm like, oi. I think that he's toxic. I don't think she's innocent in either. I think that, you know, she has said and done some things that she should not have done.
Yeah.
But I think that they just need to stay far away from each other.
Yeah.
And just move on
with their lives.
Like, actually move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people are saying that, you know, she was at the club and she was saying, fuck Wilito. Yes, let her have a few days to like, want to get over
allowed.
it. Yeah. But like, once they're done and moved on, I beg her to not go back. Because if she does that.
When he was like, well, she also kissed some guys. And I'm like, oh God, it's like these typical dudes that they're like, they go around and fuck all these women. They're like, well, you kissed someone. Like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
he was like, we equally did not respect each other. That is not true.
Do you know what equally means? Like, please be so fucking for real.
Yeah,
but yeah, I agree. I definitely think that they need to go their very, very separate ways.
Yeah. And I think that there was a lot of clout brought to them because of their relationship. But it was a relationship. Even though he doesn't want to call it that, like, they were together.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we weren't official boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
You were sharing bodily fluids and saying, I love you.
Okay, then you shouldn't have been so mad that she kissed someone or followed someone.
Exactly.
And quite frankly, Everardo, I think is his name. He is way better looking than Wilito. Wendy, why in the world would you ever unfollow him?
I know.
Like, please.
There was a video of him getting her name tattooed on him.
And it's probably for clout too, but like, Wendy, at least if you're gonna, you know, go for one, if you're gonna go for one of these guys, at least go for the cute one. Jeez.
Yeah. Wilito's not
attractive in my opinion.
No, not at all. And I think that the way he carries himself is also like, he's like mean.
Yeah.
Like he throws things in your face.
Yeah.
And I know that she was throwing shade too, but she was defending her point in my opinion. But I don't think she's also innocent in this. I do think that she also partook and that she shouldn't have done some things, but like their relationship needs to be done, sealed over and moved on.
Very toxic.
Yeah.
Talking about toxic.
Yes.
Tell me lies.
Dude, I just need to know what happens. Like, I do think that the show is moving a little slow for me. Like,
I think it's because they're not dropping the whole season.
Yes, I honestly think it's that.
So, Megan Oppenheimer, the writer of the show, went on Demois and actually answered some questions from The Hollywood Reporter that basically they were asking her what episode she's excited for. She said episode 7. Lucy does something in hopes of like helping Pippa, but it backfires on her, and some people are going to find it offensive. And if she were to get canceled, it would be because of this. I'm gonna need episode 7 to drop like right now.
What episode are we on? 4?
We're on fucking 4. Like 5. We're gonna get 5 this week. We got 2 weeks to go for me to find this out.
Like, it's giving cable. I need y'all to speed it up.
I'm so annoyed.
Is this how the show dropped in season 1?
Yes.
Really? Maybe it's because I watched it after.
I finished watching it and I told you to watch it and it was already all out.
Yeah.
They should have, like, honestly at this point, no one tell me when a show is coming out, if it's gonna be these weekly episodes. Tell me when it's done. I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I don't even know.
Yeah, me neither. This past episode though, Steven got a panic attack.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you deserve it.
Yeah, I like, no one is really that likable, if we're being fair. Like, Pippa kind of annoys me.
Bree is over there having an affair with her teacher's husband.
And then she was like, I didn't like realize they were like that together until I saw them. I'm like, bitch, like be so fucking for real. And then she goes to Lucy and tells her, and she's like, please don't judge me as the girl who literally fucked your man.
Yeah,
Ex-man is sitting
and
there.
you know what's so crazy? Because she goes up to Lucy and she was like, I have to tell you something, okay? But like, tell me it's okay. Tell me it's okay. And then she was like, I'm fucking Marianne's husband, Oliver. And Lucy's like, but what about Marianne? Lucy, what about Bree? what about Bree when you fucked her man?
Yeah, because if we're being real.
Yeah, like if we're going to be so fucking for real right now, you cannot judge Bree. Now, I do think Bree is going to get hurt out of this, especially because like she felt some type of way when he came into the classroom.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, we haven't spent the night together. I'm like, ma'am,
he's married.
He's married.
Yeah, I feel like everyone does something that like I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? And also that Leo,
yeah, Leo gives me bad vibes.
yeah, like
I don't
very
know.
handsome, very very scary. Also, like I feel like
Yeah.
he could like explode at any minute.
Yeah, and then did you see Steven like panicking whenever like they drove off the road?
Yes,
I'm like
yes,
flashbacks to the fact that you killed someone.
Yeah, I think that it's going to get messier.
You know what I don't? I'm rewatching it from the beginning because I wanted to traumatize myself a little bit more. And quite frankly, because I was like, did I forget some stuff? How, when you get into a car accident, right?
God, what? You know me. I hate this conversation.
Listen, okay, I understand. But when you get into a car accident, when you hit so hard, the seatbelt burns your body.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they know that Macy wasn't driving if the seatbelt was on the opposite side? Did they not look at her body?
Was she wearing a lot of clothes? Because maybe it didn't burn. Like if you're wearing like
she was wearing like a top and jeans. I know because the episode that I'm on, she just asked Lucy to go with her and she said no. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know. Don't traumatize me. I don't like to talk about car accidents.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Like every time someone, okay, this is like a really bad thing that I do. Every time that someone's like RIP on anything, like talking about like whoever in their life just passed away, I look through the comments and I'm like, okay, is anyone going to ask what happened? And then when they're like, oh, they passed away in a car accident, I'm like, I'm never driving again. I can't do this.
I know, you get really scared.
I hate being on the road.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Well, then let's not talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
Steven does get a panic attack. And
Yeah.
they take him to the hospital or the doctor, where the doctor actually says he might have gotten a fracture from a car accident. And he's like, and then Diana's like, what the fuck? Like, whoa.
But from this, not from the like almost accident, from what happened in the past.
With Macy.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay.
And then she goes through his laptop when he's taking, because, okay, so this was a thing. Lucy told Diana, like, hey, he was responsible for Macy's death.
Yeah.
Like, he's not that guy that you think he is. This is out of
I feel like Diana knows exactly who he is, though.
okay, well, listen. So then she goes through his computer, and then she deletes the pictures of, she deletes the evidence.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Aren't you going to be a lawyer? Aren't y'all going to school to be a lawyer? Like, why are y'all deleting evidence?
Because I feel like she's always known who he is.
So she knows who he is, and she's just as evil?
Yes, dude.
I don't know. I had, like, good hopes for her.
Diana has been with Steven for longer than Lucy ever was.
I know. I understand.
You really think that Diana does, she's about to be, you said she's about to be a lawyer. You think she's going to pick it up?
Yeah.
I don't think she's as dumb as she looks.
But I think that at first she didn't want to believe Lucy, and then she found...
No, I think she's always known.
Damn. I guess we'll have to see. There's a theory, someone told me on my TikTok, that apparently Diana loses her ability to walk, and that's why we only see her sitting down in the future.
Oh my God.
I
really?
know.
Where is this going? Like,
I know.
What? I feel like this show is like so intense, but I can't feel the intensity because it's so many weeks.
It gives beginning seasons of Pretty Little Liars.
Yes, when the shit
Very
made
intense.
sense.
Yeah, before, Spencer had a fucking twin that did everything. That was so stupid.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, like at this point, just like cancel it and move on.
I hate when they lose the plot.
Yeah. You know what it is, though? It's because they see the hype and they try to hold on till the very end, and then it just like snaps.
Yeah, kind of like Game of Thrones. Like they were so good and then they just fucked up.
I still loved it.
No, the end was whack though.
Because she died?
No, Game of Thrones.
Because the...
Oh, yeah.
What's her name died?
Yes, like it was just like...
What was her name?
I don't even remember.
Daenerys.
I can't even remember. It's just a song. I binge watched Game of Thrones in like a 3-week span.
Yeah, I have realized that I have good binging
abilities.
Skills. Like, I can do so much within a week.
Well, I did so much during one day, The Perfect Couple. Me and Chris laid in bed.
Oh, yes.
My body was imprinted in the bed.
Relax. Dun, dun.
I couldn't.
Dun, dun, dun,
I
dun,
couldn't.
dun. That was my favorite part of the whole show.
It was so good. If you have not seen The Perfect Couple, it is a murder mystery on Netflix where Amelia is about to get married to Benji, and then the unquestionable happens.
Yeah.
Somebody
Nicole
dies.
Kidman is on the show. Absolutely love Nicole Kidman.
Love her.
And also, it's really good to see Dakota Fanning in a grown-up role. I feel like I've never really seen her in a grown-up role. Like, she was always... I always saw her acting when she was a kid.
I feel like she has stuff she's done recently. Maybe we just haven't watched it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. It was such a good show. I wish there was more episodes.
But it's a limited series.
Yeah, so that's it.
It's fucking expensive as fuck, probably. Like, do you ever watch shows or movies and you're like, this was expensive? Because they have like, okay, Dakota Fanning and Nicole Kidman right there. You know that shit is expensive.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman alone.
Yeah. To get Nicole Kidman is like, she eats every role. Oh my God.
Every role. She never misses. Never misses. To be that talented, she didn't want to do the dance.
I understand why. Chris
But
was
she
like,
said-
we need to fast forward. Skip that intro.
Really? That was my favorite part. She said that instead of Nicole Kidman doing the dance, Greer did the dance.
Honestly, the show was so good because I didn't. People were like, "Oh, I knew from episode 1." I didn't. I was constantly guessing, and I was like, spoiler alert. I was like, it's the dad.
Yeah.
Tag, and then I was like, it's Benji, and then I was like,
You thought it was Benji?
At one point, Benji
With
was
the painting?
yeah.
Because of the painting? Yeah.
I was like, Benji gives me weirdo vibes.
Quite frankly, everyone gave me weirdo vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
The Russian lady.
Chris thought it was Gosha. I was like, Chris, it's not the maid, and he was like, what if it is though? And I was like, it was such a good show.
It
like,
was
oh,
such a
I
good
wish there
show.
could be a second season, but it's a limited series.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably because they were like 6 episodes is all we can afford.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, do you ever watch shows and movies and you're like, what was the budget?
Yeah.
For this? Because I felt like every single actor and actress that was on The Perfect Couple is not a nobody.
Yeah.
Like every single one of those people I have seen in something bigger. Like Amelia behind her eyes. Merritt was on White Lotus.
Yeah.
Like those are big shows.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great cast.
Shooter apparently is like a big actor in Bollywood.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was Shooter at one point. When he
You
was running
did?
away? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Why was he running away?
I don't know. I feel like there is like 1 or 2 loose ends, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there could have been more, like the brother, like Greer's brother. I was like, there could have been more to that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait. Like, I feel like the explanation of him being the brother was not enough for me. Like,
Yeah, like you needed more.
Yeah.
But it was a great show.
Great show. 10 out of 10. I just wish it was longer.
Yeah. I wish they would have done like more flashbacks of Merritt and Tag.
Yeah.
Like
that was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. When Gosha was like, everybody wants to, be with Tag or something. Or I think it was either Abby or Gosha. They were talking about how like he was so fuckable. And I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Do you think he's attractive?
No, but I get why people would think so.
He's like the bad brother on Wolverine or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. But, it being Abby made sense whenever Thomas was talking about how, like, they don't get the trust money until they're all 18, and the baby would, like, restart the clock. And I was like, okay, that's when I figured out. I was like, it's Abby. And that was, like, the last episode, so it was, like, no time left anyway.
Abby really thought that she wasn't going to go to jail because she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Girl.
I mean, maybe that's, like, rich mentality. Like, when you're that rich, do you really think you're going to go to jail?
Yeah.
Speaking of other shows on Netflix, though. Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset.
What even season are we on?
7?
8? No, 7. I think it's 7.
I think it's 7.
At this point, to be quite honest, like the show has run its course.
You
Either
think so?
bring Christine back, fire everybody else, including Chriselle. Oh my God, the hatred I have for Chriselle's character, because I don't believe the show is unscripted. Like, I truly believe that they're playing a character.
I know.
At this point,
You're not a
stand
Chriselle
her.
fan.
I cannot stand Chriselle. I think she's so annoying.
I think that she just like tries to please everyone, that it comes off as fake.
I genuinely think that Chriselle is just annoying as fuck. And like, it's like she's like upset with Nicole, rightfully so. But didn't you just call her a druggie like in the last season? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be like
Did you say crackhead?
I don't know if she said crackhead, but she said she was like, you're on drugs.
Oh my gosh, when Jason was hugging Nicole, I was
God.
dying.
I just think that the show has run its course.
I will say this: the pet loss part was really sad.
Oh yeah, with Nico passing away.
Yeah.
that was really sad. I just don't know where you go from here. Like,
Yeah.
what is there?
Well, and all the drama surrounding them, I think that they're either going to have to drop some of the cast, or just end the show altogether.
Yeah, I really think that they need to restart with Christine.
What's the other one? Selling the OC.
That one's good.
That one's good.
Yeah, I do like the drama over there.
And the whole thing with Brie.
I understand why people are like, oh, she shouldn't have said it on camera, like blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, Chelsea said all that shit about Brie on camera.
Apparently, Brie had already said this to Chelsea off camera, and Chelsea called this to be said on for them to have it on camera. No?
Yeah.
So like, I don't understand the hate that Brie is getting.
And also it's like, we see on the show, Chelsea have a conversation with Brie. But then she's like, I'm not going to address it with my husband. And then she's like now buying a house and she takes off her ring. So I'm like, what? We missed so much.
Oh, I think that she probably didn't want to put it out there, which fair,
Yeah.
right? Like you're allowed to not put it out there. But like
then
also
why be
we
a
are
storyline?
wondering, yes.
You know what I mean?
I definitely think that it was a storyline, but I don't think that she wanted to share too much. And quite frankly, I don't understand why there was so much anger towards Brie when her husband was the one doing all the messy shit.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, so if they, let's allegedly say that they all agreed that this was going to be a storyline, but it was like very like missed, like there was missed parts of it. So like, why didn't you put it at all?
The storyline was very like beginning, end, and no body. Like there was no body.
Yeah, and then it's like, it's just selling something, like they don't really sell like houses either.
Yeah.
Like when has Amanda ever sold a house?
I know. I feel bad for Amanda. I feel like she just needs to continue with her art.
Yeah, I think that it's time to cut some of the cast. Like the roster needs to get smaller.
What did you think about the new girl?
Who?
The new girl.
What's her name? The one that lied. Oh my god.
About
what in the world? Okay, I'm sorry. No, Amaya. No, what is her name?
I don't.
No, her name is Mary. No, that's other
Amanda.
One. No, what is her name? It starts with an M. Anna?
Okay, it starts with an M. Anna?
What is her name?
Okay,
something gold.
Something gold. Hold on.
Something gold.
Relax. Sorry.
I said Amaya because I saw the T about Amaya on TikTok.
Let's see. Cast.
Mandy?
She's not even on here.
It's not Maya because Maya is the one that came from Miami and she was wearing that literally hideous ass necklace. What is her name?
Oh my god, she's not. No, it's not Maya.
Look up Pioneer Town owner, fake owner. Then you'll see what her name is.
Hold on.
What is her name?
Fake Pioneer.
What is her name?
Selling Sunset. Wow.
It literally came.
Alana.
I wasn't that far.
Oh my god.
Alana Gold.
What did you say?
Maya, Mary, Anna. If you combine all those, you kind of get Alana. Okay, so Alana is the newest cast member of Selling Sunset.
Best dressed, in my opinion.
Brie said she's basic. She's very beautiful, but she's an idiot. What possessed her to say that she owns Pioneer Town?
I know.
Did you think that Pioneer Town wasn't going to find out?
Yeah.
Like it's just why? Like what was the reason?
Yeah.
When she
and like. It's not something that would be like, oh, I own it. And she says she owned it multiple times. So, which, like, maybe she just wanted something to, like...
be known for?
Yeah.
That's such a weird thing to say, though.
Yeah.
And then, like, Pioneer Town, their little Instagram page, came out and was like, she is not the owner.
That's so... To be called out by a town?
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
I'm never going back.
Like, I would sell my share and never go back.
Yeah, and so she like said she owns Pioneer Town. They come out and say it's a lie. They're like, we need a fucking apology from Alana and Selling Sunset. And then Alana's like, oh, I got too excited. What do you mean? You could say like, oh, I own a part of whatever at Pioneer Town, but you can't say you're the owner.
Yeah, when she said she owned the town, I thought she meant she owned the whole town.
How do you even own a town though?
Yeah.
Like, how do you purchase
Schitt's
town?
Creek, they own the town.
Okay, but that's fiction. You know what I mean? Like, this is reality. Or not even. Because, like, it's clear. Selling Sunset is just, like, the lamest reality TV. Like, it started off so strong. And now it's just lame.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe everything.
So you really thought that she was... When she said she owned Pioneer Town, I was like, this sounds fake as fuck.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe because I'm a new reality TV watcher and I don't know my reality from fakes, but I was like, wow, her husband has money.
No.
He bought her a town.
No, I mean, like, I just was like... When they attended Pioneer Town, I was like, no one seems to know who you are. Like, if you owned it, wouldn't you know everyone?
Yeah, wouldn't she be the mayor?
I don't even know. Or, like, the president of the town. I don't even know. Like, that's just a whack-ass lie. Like, if you think about it, like, that's so corny.
And embarrassing.
To
be called out by the town.
Yeah.
I would sell my shares and never set foot there again. I just want to know,
like, what went through her mind when she said it, though? Like, was she like, oh, no one's going to say anything? No one's going to fact-check me?
Maybe they don't have TVs in Pioneer Town.
What do you mean, bitch?
So they didn't watch the show.
They definitely watched, clearly. They went on Instagram.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what maybe went through her head.
Yeah. But, like, she could have literally gone to Pioneer Town and been like, hey, like, I fucked up. Like, I said something on the show. It's going to come out. Like, just prepare yourself. Like, it's not reality. Like, Selling Sunset is obviously not unscripted. Like, anyone with two eyes knows that it's scripted. Like, do they think I was born yesterday?
I only have one eye.
Do they think we were born?
What else is scripted?
Like, Adam DeVello or whatever, the creator, the person that created Selling Sunset, also was on The Hills. You think that I'm an idiot?
I didn't know that.
Like,
also, I felt like Brie and her ex
Johnny Manziel
kind of still had a thing. Or do you think they tell him to flirt on camera?
I don't know. I'm starting to get really annoyed with reality TV, knowing that it's not reality. Like, why? Like, I feel like the truth would be more juicy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Because, like, if I was on reality TV and you made me look like a fucking idiot and I knew the truth, I would spend the rest of my life saying that it wasn't true. Like, I would be like, that's actually false.
But don't they sign NDAs?
I don't know. It just would piss me off because, like, what if something that happened was, like, juicier than what you're being shown?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Because now, like, everybody knows, like, Brie and the girls all had a conversation before the season. So it's, like, so it's not true. Like, you know what I mean?
And Brie was getting a lot of hate.
Yeah. But
Do
also,
you-
I
do
feel
you like Brie?
I love Brie. But I also think that Brie, if it happened the way it happened, like, let's say this was reality, it was a little shady to bring it up on camera for the first time, but, like, I wasn't born yesterday. I know you guys talked about this before.
Really?
Yeah, like,
I was born yesterday then.
No,
Because I was like,
when I watch reality TV, I'm like, this was fake.
And then you were like, why would they have her mic'd up if she truly wanted to call her right now? Now, the Amanda girl?
Yeah,
or whatever?
like, why would she be
I was
mic'd
like,
up?
I thought she was on speaker.
No, there has to be some sort of manipulation. I think that's what the part that, like, pisses me off about reality TV. Like, some of the newer shows, I'm like, I know this is fake as fuck.
You
So, like,
sense the fakeness?
Yeah, so just, like, call it, like, when they're, like, number one unscripted show in the world, like,
Yeah.
just quit lying with us.
Yeah.
Like,
I see what you're saying.
it just pisses me off. Quit lying to us, not with us.
Yeah.
But Selling Sunset, I think it's finito for me. Okay?
Finito.
Like, it's enough. Like, I don't need to see Chriselle in another season. She irritates the fuck out of me. I'm sorry. Like, I know people love her, but I simply just don't like the character that she is portrayed on our screens. Emma, too. Emma throwing away Mary's empanadas, like, Emma.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Like, why?
Yeah, like her dog just died.
Yeah, and on top of that, they made Emma seem that she was, like, this, like, billionaire empanada queen. Like, girl, your empanadas are literally so expensive. And, like, I've never heard someone talk about her empanadas.
Is she white?
Her last name is Hernan, so I'm assuming she's, like, people say Emma Hernan, and I'm like, it's Hernan, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, they probably don't know that it's Hernan, but it's Hernan. Like, her last name is Hernan.
I will say this. Her hair in some of the episodes was a little bit too much for me.
I feel like some of the outfits, I know that it's just for the show, but I'm just like, what the fuck are y'all wearing?
Yeah, like if you were my realtor and if I was rich, I would feel uncomfortable with some of the things that they wear.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about just Chelsea, all of them.
All of them, yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, like what are you wearing?
Yeah. And then every time Amanda comes on my screen, I'm like, did you get dressed in the dark?
I know.
This stylist of yours, even though he's free, girl. Like, she's so beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
Some of the things she wears, I'm like, what? But I mean, I guess, like, if you really think about it, like, maybe her fashion is so out there that it's, like, stylish.
Yeah. I will say this. I find weird that Jason has slept with a lot of these girls.
Why? Because he's short?
No. Well, he's just not attractive.
Well, I mean,
I feel like between Jason and Brett's more attractive.
Yeah, Brett is more attractive.
But maybe because it doesn't get as much Botox. Like, Brett looks his age. Jason looks like his younger brother.
Well, I mean, they're the same age. They're twins.
Obviously.
But they both, like...
Younger women?
Yeah, both of them do.
Like, how much younger?
Well, Mary Lou was, like, 27.
That's weird. How old are they? 50?
Yeah, they're, like, 51.
51?
I could be lying. Hold on. Let me fact check this. Jason... I always want to say... You remember when the Oppenheimer came out? People were like, I thought it was a movie about Jason and Brett. I honestly thought the same thing. That is so funny. He's 47.
47.
Okay, so, like, I was only a few years off.
But 20 years older?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, I feel like that's such a common thing. Like, you know, they're very rich. Like, of course, they're going to be, like, picking whoever they want. Like, I do think that Jason was in love with Chriselle, and she's the one that got away, but, like, he didn't want to settle down. Like, you're literally... Why not? You are literally 47. Like, you know, like, you're not ready to settle down is crazy to me.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
What are their signs? When's his birthday?
I think it's November. April 12th. I lied.
He's an Aries, and so is Brett.
Yeah, this is, like, Mary Lou. Remember? She was...
Wow, she's a head taller than him.
Yeah, she was really tall. They're, like, 5'6", though.
Yeah, when he was hugging Nicole, I was uncomfortable.
He dated Nicole.
I just...
That's
and I'm not
crazy.
saying that they're ugly. I just, like...
Why date everyone you work with?
Yes.
Or maybe they were not dating, and then he was like, you know what? Like, you're great at your job. Let me bring you in.
Maybe.
So, I guess...
Does Brett date any of their girls?
I thought that Brett and Heather were going to date for a little bit, like, at the beginning of the show, but nothing ever happened.
And Heather's with someone else.
Yeah, she's married to Tarek.
Yeah. He had the show with the house.
Yeah. And the ex-wife. who looks exactly like Heather. He literally said copy paste.
Yeah. Well,
I think that Selling Sunset has hit its time. Like, either bring back Christine or just call it a
beautiful.
day. I love Christine. But thank you so much for tuning in with us today, you guys. So happy to be hitting our 19th episode. 20 will be the big one. We're doing our big one next week. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we will.
Make sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram, Morning Chisme Podcast, and we will see you guys next time.
bye. Guys.